Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite mother of three, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is a story time. This is the worst bachelorette party ever. It was actually a Jack and Jill, and we're gonna get right on into it. First things first, this happened in 2017. So as you guys know, I have 4 sisters, and one of my sisters, she was kind of getting up in age and wanted to start her family and wanted to get married, have kids, and do all those wonderful things. And so she decided to go explore the world of online dating. She finds this man. Hold on. She finds this man on the internet, and I'm almost certain from an interracial dating website. Ew. He was from New York, and it was confusing and weird and a shock really when it first came up, because I thought she was talking to somebody completely different, and then all of a sudden we find out that she had gone over to America to meet this person in person, and basically from the day that they met, he proposed and decided they were gonna get married. And so if you know anything about online dating, a lot of times with online dating, things do happen faster than even a reality show. Okay, it happens faster than Married at First Sight. You know, Love is Blind, it happens really fast, because usually once you enter into the online dating world, and I don't mean Tinder, you kind of expedite things because you want what you want and blah blah blah. To each their own, you know, it works for some people, it doesn't work for others. Anyway, my sister was like, she got proposed to, they're getting married, and everybody's like, oh wow, wow. Congratulations. Originally they were going to have their wedding in the new year, but then for whatever reason they decided to change that and expedite it. So that meant that we're going to celebrate, we're going to throw her a Jack and Jill, but at the same time we are also meeting her new partner for the first time ever. He's coming from America to Canada. We're going to meet him as a family and, you know, get to know him. We have to assume he's a great individual. If my sister, who we have a certain image of in our head because of how we know her to be, we assume that she knows what she's doing and she's making great choices, and we're gonna embrace this person with open arms. Ciao. I decide I'm gonna plan the Jack and Jill. Reason being is because I wanted to be super supportive, and who doesn't love a good party, okay? I wanted to put together a shindig, honey. So of course at this time, I am... Yeah.
Wait, Mommy.
What?
You guys have the same
hair. What's her name?
Chelsea.
This is Chelsea? This is not Chelsea. Chelsea's not... Are you sure?
Yeah.
This is Chelsea's friend.
2 buns.
2 buns. Me and...
She
looks like you.
You didn't buy a dress for her.
She looks like you with her 2 buns. See, you have 2 braids, or 4 braids, and she has
buns.
And you have your bubbles.
Yep.
I don't know what you're getting comfortable about. What happened to your blue lipstick? Please come down and go sit on my bed. Mommy's working. No talking, okay? Or you have to go, okay?
Okay.
So, where was I in my story? So, yeah, who doesn't love a good shindig? So I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna plan the Jack and Jill. So that month, I did have my Adam and Eve sponsorship. And so I actually reached out to Adam and Eve, and I basically told them, instead of a full payment, can you ship me a bunch of goodies? Because my sister is getting married and we're throwing a bachelorette party, so I wanted to give out toys and fun stuff for couples, because she obviously had a rather large wedding party. She's doing it big. This is her first marriage. She's doing it big, okay? So I basically sacrificed my pay for toys and goodies to make takeaway bags. Oh, and that was not an issue or whatever. But I was planning the thing from top to bottom. It wasn't about to be my baby shower that happens in the future. It was gonna be, I am taking care of everything. So that meant any decor that we might get. That meant the goodie bags for her guests, the people that were invited to the party. That meant food, which is expensive, okay? And also providing the space for everybody to stay, because as you guys know, I was the only person that lived in Ottawa at the time. My mom hadn't moved here yet, and none of my sisters lived in Ottawa. Everybody was still in Toronto and other places, and so I was the only one that was here. And because it's a 4.5 to 5 hour drive, it was gonna be a lot for people to come for the party and then drive back home. So we basically opened the space and said, like, you guys can sleep here. You don't have to like rent an Airbnb or whatever. You can stay at my house and leave the next day or whatever. So that's basically how it went down. And so she gave me the list of people that had supposedly RSVP'd. It was all of my sisters except for one. One couldn't make it because she lives in Timbuktu. It was all my sisters, their significant others. So 3 of my sisters, their significant others, including the new fiance. So that's 6 people already. And then her wedding guest, which I believe was another 6 people. So 12 people plus my mom plus Shooter. So it's a pretty big party, right? So that's basically what it was. I get to planning and we discuss like what kind of food we should get, and obviously we decided to go for Caribbean food. And so I was just gonna basically cater it, like order food from the Jamaican spot up the street from my old place. And I put the goodie bags together, I got the games for the party, the decorations, like I put the party together, okay? So it's the day of the party and I am basically upstairs getting ready and waiting for everybody to arrive to my house. And at this point, my sister is telling me that everybody's driving down that same day. And they might all arrive at different times, but everybody's gonna be at the party for that time. This is what she's telling me. The guests start arriving, my sisters and their spouses arrive. The rest of my sister's guests that she told me were coming, even the day of, she's telling me they are coming, they're on their way, which they were not. She said that they were on their way. You might think maybe they RSVP'd and then changed their minds and didn't let her know, but that's not the case. She knew they weren't coming, and instead of letting me know that, she allowed me to think that they were still gonna show up. And so I have ordered food for 12 people, well, 13 or 14 people, and only 6 of the people show up. The food was not cheap. First of all, one damn plate of food from a Jamaican restaurant is expensive. So imagine ordering for 14 people and only half of the people show up. The people had let her know that they weren't coming, but she decided to tell me that they were on their way. So I didn't know that till after, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so it's the day of the party. I'm upstairs getting ready. My guests start to arrive, but it's only my sisters and their spouses. The food arrives shortly after everybody gets there, and I come down to say hi, even though I'm only halfway done getting ready, and make sure that the food order is correct. And my sister, before she even says thank you, before I even get a proper hello, hi with a hug, her and her man that we are just meeting for the first time ever.com, they are complaining about the fact that I ordered Caribbean food. And I'm like, now I know y'all are not up in my house complaining about the food that I ordered for your party that y'all are not paying for and being disrespectful. I know that's not what's going on when I just came downstairs to say hello. Before they said hello to me, they were complaining that I thought we weren't gonna go with the Caribbean food. Well, what were we gonna go with, ma'am? McDonald's? KFC? Popeyes? Pizza Hut? What did you want to get? What were we gonna get if it wasn't gonna be Caribbean food? Everybody except for her man ate Caribbean food. Why, you might ask? Well, the reason at the time was that he does not eat meat with bones in it. And so when they started complaining about the food, I said, I'm not dealing with this. And I went upstairs and I did a Snapchat about my experience at Pink. I go back upstairs and I do a Snapchat ranting about what happened at Pink, but really I was mad about what just happened in my damn kitchen. So I'm like, I'm gonna let it roll off my back. I'm not gonna let this ruin my night. I need me a drink. So I go and I start, juicing, and everybody starts juicing, and everybody's downstairs being loud. We have music playing. They're having a good time. And then I finally joined the festivities once my makeup was done. I come downstairs. I select I ended up sacrificing the food that I ordered for myself, and I let them have it. And I don't remember what it was, but I said that I would eat that instead because this man don't want to eat meat with bones in it. Well, what meat do you want? Do you want some salami? Like, it's 2 years old? Like, even my children eat meat with bones in it. And the reason is because he's afraid to choke. Like, what? Like, just... we're not gonna get into this right now. We start drinking and stuff, and we're vibing. Any party of mine is gonna have liquor out the yin yang, okay? Liquor out the yin yang, out the hoo-ha. We're gonna have lots of alcohol. It was like that for my baby shower, and it was like that for this party. And so it was open bar, okay? Everybody was adult, so everybody can drink, and everybody's gonna have a good time. Do people know their limits? That's between them and the good Lord above. So, first of all, if I am meeting somebody's family for the first time, I'm going to be on my best behavior, okay? I might have a drink or two, but I am not going to be overdoing it. And I get it. It's your, it's your bachelorette party. So have a good time. But if you're meeting somebody's family for the first time and you're trying to marry into a family, this is just the word to the wise. Maybe don't get overzealous with liquor. Especially if you know that you can't handle liquor. Especially if you know there's been, any kind of problem, like, in your lineage. Please, get it together. Fiance starts drinking pretty heavily. To the point where I'm like, this guy better slow down. Because he is obnoxious. Like obnoxious like Michael Rappaport obnoxious. Like from New York, loud. I'm not saying that people from New York are loud, belligerent, and obnoxious. But there are loud, belligerent, obnoxious people in New York. And he is one of those people. Like we are observing this guy. And we're listening to him talk. And I hear him say something that should never have come out of his mouth. And so at this point, I'm side-eyeing Shooter and I'm side-eyeing my sister, and I'm like, did I hear correctly? I gave him the Mimi, like, say, huh? I know you're and the girls that get it. The girls that don't. But he said something that he's not permitted to say. And so I'm looking around like, okay. This is not on brand with what I have seen my sister with before. So we are all kind of puzzled at this point, and everybody is looking at everybody in the room like, the math is not mathing. Where did she find this guy? And what is happening? And so as the night progresses, we are seeing like red flag upon 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 red flag. And we're like, yeah, no. But it didn't end there. So we're observing him at this point, because it's getting obvious that this person is full of fables, fallacies, and lies. And they also might be a little unstable. Men are in the kitchen talking and just, kicking it, like just having casual conversation. And this guy is making up stories about his life experiences. So basically anything that Shooter said, or anything that my mom's boyfriend at the time, or my sister's husband at the time would say, he would try to match it with a story similar. So this man is saying he was shot. He was never shot. This man was saying that he used to have a security job, that he worked for these high profile people, and he would drive a Lamborghini. He would be wearing the nicest Armani suits and driving Lamborghinis as a security personnel. The security job that he did indeed have was just a regular security job, mall cop. Okay, like that kind of security job. He was telling the story like he was James Bond. Okay, and then also he even went as far as saying that he taught Trump's children how to ice skate. Say, huh? Like, what? Like, they're like the same age probably. Like, I can't. So he was just full of tall tales.
And when I say tall tales, I mean tall tales. This guy literally was telling stories about when he was in Scotland, and then my sister and me and my mom end up upstairs in this room, and my sister's like to me, he's never even left America. He's never been to Scotland. She doesn't know why he's saying those things.
And so we're observing him through the night, and we're hearing how belligerent he is, and he just doesn't fit in with our family. And so we were willing to welcome him with open arms, but like the red flags just would not stop. And he's getting drunker and drunker, and we're like, when's he gonna put the bottle down? But despite all those things that were happening inside the house, it wasn't that really made me like, yeah, no, like put the pause on this, back it up, send it back to America. No, it wasn't that. So let's get into that. So at this point, it's nighttime, and I'm actually thoroughly annoyed, and I just want to go and get some Ben & Jerry's ice cream from Max Milk up the street. And I invite my sisters to come with me. I just wanted to get out of the house because I was annoyed with her man. I needed to breathe. So I tell my sisters to come with me. The sister that is getting married takes it upon herself to invite the fiance. And I personally feel like it's because she knew that she needed to keep a leash on him because he's already done too much, and they've been overexposed. And I'm sure she did not want us to see these things because there was just no way that if this is how he's acting now, she is fully cognizant of this. And at this point, she's embarrassed. But she was going to be more embarrassed. So like I said, I wanted to go get some ice cream from up the street. So I tell my sisters, let's roll. We leave, and of course the man is tagging along with us. And so now I'm even more annoyed because I was trying to get away from him. So I'm pissed off, and I walk into the store. And as we get to the store, where I used to live, like my house was over here, but across the street from me, it was a little ratchet, you know what I mean? So we walk to the Max, and it's a pretty busy night. Max Milk is always going to be busy at nighttime. So there's people in the parking lot. There are some Somali guys in the parking lot, and my sister's fiance is like ice grilling these guys that are minding their business. Like he's really trying to like start a problem with them. And as he comes in the store, he has his hand like this, and he's drunk, but he's talking about he would lock those guys up. And I'm like, nigga, you ain't a cop. Nigga, you not even a nigga. You, what? Lock them up for what? For being in a parking lot? Like, are you okay? And so in my head, I'm annoyed because, well, the main reason that I'm upset is because this is my neighborhood. And I still have to frequent this Max Milk. And you are over here trying to cause problems with hood niggas. And this is your first day in my city, at my house. This is the first time we're meeting you. You are causing problems with strangers. Like, what if they are strapped and decide that they're going to shoot you because you're trying to beef them in a parking lot? And it's like, why are you putting me and my sisters in danger? Like, what are you thinking? And as we're in the Max Milk, he's still carrying on, and he's trying to beef with the next black man that's in the freaking Max Milk. And so I'm like buying the ice cream, and I'm hightailing it back home because I'm like, nah, like, is my sister good? Like, are you okay? Who is this person, and why what? No. No, sir. So I grabbed the ice cream, and me and my other sister are walking, and I'm booking it. Actually, I think I left. I started walking really, really fast, and I left everybody behind me. As I'm walking to get away, again, this man is walking down the street with his arms wide like this, talking about, "What's the matter, Bo? You embarrassed of your white brother-in-law?" Sir, I don't know if you noticed, but my fiance back at the house is also Caucasian. It was beyond embarrassment, and it was ghetto. It was uncomfortable, and I am fuming, okay? Because I was throwing a party to celebrate y'all, but you cannot come up in this family. Honey, no. So on top of that, when y'all got here, you were complaining about the food before y'all even said thanks for throwing me a party. And then on top of that, I didn't take my full pay from Adam and Eve so that I could have your party guests go home with their goodie bags, and your party guests aren't coming. And now you're in the street yelling out to me while I am leaving you, while I'm walking away from you. You're yelling out and embarrassing me. You're bothering random people at the freaking Max Milk. Like, wait, sir, please. So I get back to the house, and then and shortly after that, everybody else trails in. My other sisters come to check on me, and I'm like, you guys, what is this? What is happening? And then, to make me even more mad, my sister and her new fiance are on my porch basically arguing. You do not argue outside of people's house, okay? Like, what are you doing? Why are you guys standing on my porch arguing? Like, you guys want them to call the police and freaking have to shut down the little shindig we got going on inside? Like, it's very ghetto to freaking argue on your front porch. Like, what are you doing on my front porch? Yeah, no. So I'm like getting more and more and more upset. And so I'm sitting in the house, and they come back inside, and this guy comes to me, and he's trying to like apologize to me. Like, he's trying to talk to me, and I'm like, it's fine. Like, just leave me alone. It's fine. And then he starts catching an attitude because I won't accept his apology on his time. Sir, you're in my house. Get it together. Okay? You've shown your ass, bent over, spread your cheeks. Like, you've done too much. You better back up off of me. I'm chilling. Like, I'm actually chilling. I'm minding my business. I'm sipping my drink. I'm minding my business. Please leave me alone. Get out of my face. I don't need your apology. Just behave yourself. I'm sitting there, and as the night continues, this guy keeps drinking. I don't know if it was Shooter or my mom's boyfriend, but people started suggesting to him that he slow down on the liquor. And he was basically telling everybody he can outdrink anybody in the room. Baby, before the night was over, honey, the night was still young, okay? The night was still young, and literally it took all three gentlemen that were there to escort him upstairs to go to sleep, because he couldn't walk up the stairs by himself. That's how drunk he got. And I'm like, the first time you're meeting somebody's family, this is the behavior you're exhibiting? Ciao. And then I'm really just looking inside at my sister like, you better get back on that website. You better get back on that website, girl, and find a new candidate to give you some babies, because this guy ain't it. He might be special needs. And he is. But, like, what's happening? So, she's obviously embarrassed. Everybody else is embarrassed. Second, third, and fourth hand embarrassed, okay? And he ends up really sick. And, once the party came to a close, I guess he was puking in the middle of the night. Obviously, none of the other guests showed up. So, the main bathroom in the house was attached to my bedroom. And so that's the bathroom that when he got up in the middle of the night to puke, that's the bathroom he puked in. But my sister and him left way before me and anybody else that was at the house even woke up. Like, they didn't even say bye. Like, they left mad early. And I know now that it's because she didn't want to have to deal with us in the morning because it was too much that happened the night before. So because they left or whatever, when I wake up and I go to use my bathroom, could I use my bathroom? There was vomit everywhere. I am now 10 times more upset because now not only did this guy come and disrespect my home and disrespect my family and disrespect my neighborhood, not only did my sister bring this person here, now I'm on my knees cleaning up somebody else's vomit. My sister should have checked that bathroom and made sure that there was no vomit left to be cleaned up. There was vomit to be cleaned up and I had to do it, and I was so disgusted. Like, one thing about me is if I'm at a party or if I'm anywhere and I get really sick and I throw up, I could be so drunk staggering, I'm gonna clean up my vomit. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I've always done. I clean up after myself. Like, I'm never gonna leave a mess there. This guy left his vomit in my bathroom. It wasn't even in the toilet. It was on the floor. It was on my garbage can. It was, ugh. Anyway, so I messaged my sister and she apologizes to me, but I'm like, when she apologized to me, I literally was like, listen, I still have the text message on my phone. I said to her, look, I get your conundrum. Like, I get you want to be married, you want to have kids, you're getting older, you know, it gets complicated once you hit 35. So I get the urgency here, but this guy is not the one, the two, or the three. Please don't do this. Like, don't do this. You know what my sister hit me back with? She hit me back with the good old, thank you for your concern. AKA, mind your mother business, okay? I'm gonna do what I need to do what I need to do. That's basically what she hit me back with, and it backfired. Like, super backfired. And so that was the one and only time that I will ever host a party. One, at my house for somebody that's not myself, but two, for people that are narcissistic and ungrateful. Yeah, won't do it. Okay, all the narcissists in my life have been cut out. Bye. This story actually ties into another story that I'm not ready to tell. I will tell it probably eventually. I don't know. It has to do with the same sister. And I kind of talked a little bit about it on a live that I did, that she's a narcissist. And me and my mom have been trying to heal from it. That's why I'm not ready to tell it, but I did mention a little bit about it in like a live about my narcissist sister. This whole entire situation definitely backfired because when you are a narcissist and you manipulate and plan, plot, and scheme to try to get what you want out of life instead of doing, you know, what God might want you to do or what God wants you to do, it will backfire. Anyway, I wasn't the only person that told my sister, I don't support this. My mom also told her, but she wanted to have children, so she did what she thought she should do. Yeah, it sucks. And then fast forward, more drama. Fast forward to the actual wedding, and this is more narcissism. So I put a lot of money into the Jack and Jill, and that was essentially my gift to my sister and her fiance. The shower was my gift to them for the wedding. Obviously it wasn't appreciated. And then because my sister wanted to do it big and she didn't want to just do what my mom encourages everybody to do, which is elope, because she wanted to do it big, they started to run into financial issues to pay for the wedding. And so that's when you realize, like, okay, if this is about the marriage, if this is about getting married and not about putting on a show, which it was, then you just elope, you know, you just have an intimate little thing. But because they wanted to be extravagant, they started to run into financial issues to pay for the wedding. And this happens to a lot of couples. Like, people go way over their budget for the wedding. And so in turn, she had sent out a text message to like her the people that were in the wedding. And I think it had to do with like the reception, the dinner. She was basically asking for everybody to cover their own plates at the reception. If you can't afford to pay for your guest plates, you don't need to be having a wedding. I am so sorry about it. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You want to have a big fancy wedding and you want me to pay for a plate? No, baby. No. So basically, that's what happened. We got this text message that said, hey, can you cover your own plate? And so I text her back and I was like, absolutely not. I put so much money into the bridal shower, and I'm actually, because I don't support the union and I don't think that she should be going with this person for more than obvious reasons, I'm not paying for my plate. I'm just not, mine or Shooter's plate. I'm not doing it. She was like, okay, well, she's like, well, okay, fine, then I'll pay for you and Shooter, but please don't tell anybody. But we actually didn't end up going to the dinner after the wedding because it was New Year. They moved the wedding. They moved it to be sooner. Okay, so it's already a red flag if people are moving their wedding date up, okay? But they moved it sooner than it was supposed to be for, I guess, legal reasons, like immigration reasons, right? So they moved it up, and it ended up being like on like New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, and I already had plans, so I wasn't going to go to the reception. But like, I was like, don't ask me to pay for anything else. I put so much damn money into your party for y'all to tell me, I thought we weren't gonna order Caribbean food. Like, girl, bye. Get your life. Like, before you tell me thank you, you're telling me what we decided we're not gonna do? No. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not paying for that. And then I wanted my mom to make my dress. And so if you look at my sister's wedding photos, I was supposed to be in the wedding. We were all supposed to be in the wedding. And so I had, Selena Gomez had this red satin dress. I saw it and I said, Mom, I want this dress. Can you make it for me? My mom was only supposed to be making my dress for the wedding. But of course, because I am Beau Vintage and things like this only happen to me, every one of my sisters that were going to be in the wedding, and my other sister was actually going to fly in from Alberta to be there as a surprise, everybody decided that my mom's making their dresses too. So you know what happened? My dress is the only dress out of everybody's that didn't get made. Now you tell me how that happens, because Lord knew that I wasn't supposed to be in that wedding. So I actually was kind of happy that it got sabotaged, but my dress did not get made. My dress had an issue, and I was the only person in the wedding wearing a sparkly gold sequin dress. Everybody else, all her other friends and my sisters that were bridesmaids were wearing red dresses, and I was the only person in gold. So I was throwing the pictures off, and like, I didn't want to be in the pictures. I didn't even get to do my makeup on the day of the wedding. Like, the day of the wedding was so much drama, like so much drama. I wasn't really talking to her. She was like, how come it's my wedding day and you haven't even like said hi to me yet? And so at that point we said hi and we hugged and blah blah blah, but like, I was not trying to be there. I was very fed up. I did not get to do my makeup, so I don't have makeup on in the wedding pictures because everybody was asking me to do stuff on the wedding day, and I am looking after this thing and that thing. My dress is not done. I'm not happy, okay? Because even though I didn't really want to be in the wedding, I still wanted my dress. Okay, it was a really cute dress. So yeah, that is the story on the worst bachelorette party ever. So yeah, in the comment section below, tell me about a time you did something for somebody and they were so ungrateful. I love you all so much, and I will definitely see you in the next one.